I'm a hustler, man. I'm always get it off the muscle, man. Tryna make them hundreds bust the rubber bands. Rain, sleet, hell or snow, I'm tryna get it in. Woo! I go door to door, stacking up them dollars like dominoes. I go door to door.
Hustlers. What's cracking? It's your boy Deshaun. Welcome back to another episode of Roof Hustlers, baby. Where we tackle all your daily door-to-door objections, rejections, and we teach you guys how to make connections, man. Because if you ain't creating genuine customer connections, building better customer relationships, and providing premier customer service, then you know, like I know, guys, you ain't making a difference in your wallet or the community, baby. And that's what we do over here at Roof Hustlers, man. Help you guys go from average to good, from good to great. Always keeping food on your plate, baby. Because if you do what I do, you know it's a jungle out here. So I hope you guys had an amazing third quarter. We stepping into the fourth quarter, right? This is conference season. You got RoofCon coming up. You got the Roof and Process Conference coming up and all types of events. So I highly encourage you guys in this fourth quarter, hone in on your skill set. Double down on your learning. That way you can come out of the fourth quarter in the new year ready to dominate. So what I want to cover with you guys today on Roof Hustlers, I want to give you guys some strategies and tips on how to manage your time better, right? Because in reality, you can't manage time. Time is going to move on with or without you. But all we can do is control the tasks that we execute on within those time frame and windows, right? And a lot of guys always asking me like, man, how do you manage your day? How do you manage your week? X, Y, and Z. So what I want to do today is give you guys some strategies and tips on how to have productive days and weeks, right? So without further ado, let's jump into today's episode. So I want to talk to you guys, like I said, about time management, some strategies and tips on how to maximize your day and make your week super productive, right? But I got a few statistics for you guys because I always like to hit you guys with some statistics if I can, right? So it says most employees, right, work their hardest from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., right? And after that, productivity typically drops throughout the day, right? They also say if you spend 10 to 12 minutes planning out your day, you'll save yourself 2 hours of wasted time. Right, that was crucial to me. Like if you just spend 10 to 12 minutes planning, you can save yourself 2 hours, right? They say 70% of people use a to-do list to tackle the most important things in their day, right? And then they say in a typical work day, 80% of the day is spent on tasks, while just 20% of the day is spent on most important tasks, right? The most crucial things. So I want to give you guys 4 strategies that I use to maximize my days and make my day super productive. If they work for you, awesome. Hey, either way, I just want to give you guys some options to where you can, implement certain things to make sure you got productive days. So the first one I got for you guys, right? It's the MIT strategy, right? What is the MIT strategy? The most important task. Most important task of the day, right? So what you want to do is you wake up in the morning, right? Or however you want to do it. And you write down the 3 most important tasks that you need to get done that day. Or you can do 4, but you don't want to go no higher than 4. But you write down the 3 most important tasks that you need to get done that day, right? And then now you got to focus for your day. And now you're not running around like a chicken with your head cut off and like doing a bunch of things that don't really matter. Because if you can handle the most important things, right, then everything else just will fall in place. So it's a quick one, simple one, right? But the most important task strategy. So wake up, write down the 3 most important tasks that you need to get done that day, and then you go execute. That way, like I said, you're not wasting your time running around like a chicken with his head cut off, just doing anything that comes to your way, right? That way you got to focus for the day. So the first strategy, the most important task strategy. The second strategy that I got for you guys, right, is it's just we call it like the full day breakdown, right? Which is what you do is you break down your day in 15-minute increments, right? So you might wake up at 7 o'clock, from 7 to 7:15 or 7 to 7:30, maybe you're reading a book, right? 7:30 to 7:45, you're checking your emails. 7:45 to 8 o'clock, whatever that may be, right? And you break your day down either into 15 or 30-minute increments, right? And I'm gonna show you guys what that look like, right? So you break it down into 15 to 30-minute increments and you pencil it all out and then you stick to the schedule. right? You become a slave to your schedule and not your feelings. And when you map out your entire day, it's so much easier to tell things no because they're not part of the daily schedule. So that's more for like my detailed people, for my guys that's like super tedious and, you know, they need to know every little thing that they're doing throughout their day. You can do the 15 to 30 minute window breakdown. And you could just wake up and you do that daily. And then you got to stay committed to the schedule. And it makes it easier, like I said, to say no to things that don't align with your schedule. All right. So that's the daily breakdown. Break it down into 15, 30 minute increments. And then you stick to the schedule. Point blank, period. Right. So that's the second strategy for you guys. The daily schedule strategy. You break everything down in increments in certain minutes, and then boom, you get to work, right? The third strategy that I got for you guys, right? We call this there's 3 types of days that you need to have in your business, right? The first type of day you need in your business is money generating activities, right? Which is days where you go out and generate business. The second type of day you need in your business is a cleanup day, where you designate an entire day to cleaning up your book of business, going through all of your files, cleaning out emails, following up with adjusters, following up with homeowners, putting notes in the system, AccuLinks, or whatever, job names, whatever it is that you use, right? You got that cleanup day. And the third day is the you day, where you just spend the time with yourself or your family and you don't talk about roofs. You just take care of yourself, right? Now, money generating activities, that need to be designated to 3 to 4 days of your week. It all depends on your level of productivity, right? If your numbers are low, you need to be having 4 days to generate new business. If you got a pretty big book of business, maybe you spend 3 days generating business, right? But that's one thing you always got to constantly be doing is generating business, because that's a future-based activity. That's something that continue to move your business forward. So 3 to 4 days need to be designated to generate new business, right? Cleanup day, that need to be 1 to 2 days of your week. Now, let's say if you're a pretty busy guy, you're doing like 1.5 million, 2 million, 2 million plus a year, you need 2 cleanup days. You need like a beginning of the week cleanup day, end of the week cleanup day. And the beauty of cleanup days, right? Once you do them, it frees up the mind so you can go be productive and generate new business. The worst way to feel is when you're out there knocking doors, right? You're trying to generate new business and you're thinking about the things that you need to get done. So that's why you need a cleanup day, because now you can clear up the space in your head and you go be productive. And the you day is pretty self-explanatory, man. Just go enjoy yourself, go on the boat, go to the beach, spend time with your family, do whatever you do. But that is a good way to map out your week, right? Which is the money generating activities, cleanup day, and the you day. And then you designate each day to what it is. Today I'm going to generate business. Today I'm going to clean up. Today I'm going to generate business, whatever. That way, when you go through those days, you already got the day aimed at a certain thing, which is today we're going to go out there and generate new business. Today we're going to clean up our book of business, right? So that's another way you can do it. The money generating activities, the cleanup day, and the you day. That's a good way to give your week some structure, right? And last but not least, this is one of my favorite strategies that I use, because I'm I'm not a detailed person, so I like to just map out the day and go execute, right? So I call this the priority strategy, right? And I don't believe most people got procrastination problems. I think they got priority problems, right? So what I do is every morning I wake up and I brain dump. I write down everything that I need to get done that day, or everything that just pop up in my head that day, whether it's, go wash clothes, go to the gym, do a follow-up call, check up with this homeowner, write this email, study for this, study for that. Like, I write it all out, right? And then I go back and I label them by their level of importance, right? So the most important thing is somewhat important. That's just somewhat important, right? Then it goes to important, then it goes very important, and then it goes an emergency. Right? So just to give you an example, washing clothes, right? That's like somewhat important. So if I don't get that done that day, no big deal. I roll it over to the next day, right? That's somewhat important. Sending off my estimate to the insurance company, that's important, right? So we're going to get that done in a timely manner, get that done in the beginning of the day. We execute on that, right? Roofing company saying, Deshaun, send us an invoice so we can pay you. That's very important, right? So that's like going to the top of the list, and I'm getting that done ASAP. And then maybe my daughter having to go to the dentist. That's an emergency. So that trumps all those other things in my life, right? Depending on the time of day that is scheduled. So that's the priority formula, right? You label things by level of importance. And if you don't get the somewhat important things done, No big deal. Even if you don't get the important things done, no big deal. As long as you handle the things that was very important or that was an emergency, you got all those things done, at least you can feel good about the productivity of that day, right? So that's the priority formula that I use on a day-to-day basis, right? I brain dump all of these things and they're labeled by level of importance. And then I go execute. Super simple, short episode for you guys today. I just wanted to give you some strategies, some things that I use to manage my days, manage my weeks, to make them super productive. Because I tell everybody, it's not about being busy, it's about being productive. Because you could be busy doing nothing. And it's always about being effective and efficient, right? Maximizing our time, not just wasting our time doing a bunch of busy tasks, but spending our time on the things that's gonna move our business and move our life forward, right? So quick recap, the first strategy is the MIT strategy, the most important task, 3 things, write them down, go execute, right? Second strategy is the daily breakdown. Break down your day in the 15 to 30 minute increments and then go execute, right? Then you got the weekly breakdown, the MGA, the cleanup day, and the U day. And then last but not least, we got the priority formula where you brain dump and you label things by the level of importance, right? So hope that works for you guys. Let me know which one you decide to use and let me know how it's effective for you and how it's making your weeks more productive, right? And if you got some value out of the day, please do us a huge favor. Leave us some comments down in the comment box. We do pay attention to those. If there's any topics you want us to cover on Roof Hustlers, send us an email, roofhustlers@gmail.com, right? Make sure you follow us on Instagram @Roof Hustlers, TikTok @Roof Hustlers, and Facebook, Deshaun Bryant. And don't ever hesitate to DM or write me. I love to stay in contact with you hustlers so I can keep you guys executing at a high level, right? And as always, baby, hustle hard, hustle smart, and don't be afraid to bogart. Hustlers, I'm out.